What's up, everybody? It's AJ with Outdoors Podcast. I thought I would show a couple of people out there and anybody that's interested how I capture media on the trail. What cameras do I use? What equipment do I bring? And what do I do to get the best possible results that I can? So I've got a bunch of different gear laid out over here. I need one more piece. Hold on. Now that I think about it. Okay. So I bring a bunch of different gear and I have it all designed to really fit together, and everything uses the same mounts, the same stands, the same everything, so I can quickly go from one piece to the next. And I'll kind of give you an idea of what I'm talking about. So my camera is a Sony A6000. I typically use the 18 to 105 f4 lens, and then this actually has a small rig frame around it. I use this for protection purposes. I can also mount more accessories on here, and then I also have this little loop over here which really helps with the retention of the camera and gives me a lot more security in holding on to it, which is really nice. I got this with my Cozy Speed cam slinger, which I'll do a video about later. But that's my camera. I do also on occasion bring this Sony 16mm 2.8, and then I've got the ultra wide converter adapter on there. So it's two pieces that together become about a 10mm lens. Now, being on a A6500, that's converted 1.6, so it's actually practically back up to 16, which is what this should be in the first place. But for all you camera dorks out there, you get it. So I will bring that camera setup for my photography and then also for my in-camp stuff. I don't tend to use this beast kind of out on the trail because it's just a little bit too much for me to want to hold and carry. And then I will use a Rode Video Micro, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the Rode Video Micro with the little dead cat thing on there, and that plugs nicely in to my camera itself. Most of what filming that I'm going to be doing now in the future is going to be doing on the camera or on the trail is going to be using this GoPro Hero 7. This is a new piece for me. I'm really excited to have this, and it's going to be awesome. I did pretty much my entire Berryman loop video on this camera, and so far it's functioning incredibly well, and I couldn't be more excited to do a bunch of new stuff with this. So I'm using that. And then when it comes to actually, you know, tripods and mounts and things like that, I keep the GoPro in the side pocket of my ULA Ohm with some extra batteries, and I can carry about 5 extra batteries in a really small little container, and so that gives me 6 for the trip, which is plenty, I think, for most purposes. But I can also use a cable, go right into the small battery brick that I carry, and I can charge this camera on the go, which is kind of nice. So I've got that. This is my MiPhoto Backpacker Air. I absolutely love this little stupid tripod. It is really quick to extend and put at full length without all of the normal twist locks. I will warn that it's probably not as secure as a lot of other systems, but so far it has not failed me. And then it's actually got a 3-part twist all the way up to this height, which I'm 5'9", and by the time I put my camera on here, again, wouldn't want to do this on bendy, twisty sides of trails, but I mean, as you can see, this is basically full height for me to be able to shoot daily shots, portraits, things like that out on the trail. Really nice landscape shots. I can do a lot with this tripod, and then I can also then take this same tripod and in just a few shots do something like this, which I kind of like this one section here, and then I'll go out to the second like this, and that gives me a really wide, sturdy base that I can really kind of push down on and feel a lot more confident in. And then if I'm trying to get a low shot, I can even come down and do something like this, and it gives me the freedom to film as I'm cooking or doing different things like that. And this is the stock head that comes on all of these, lighter gauge Mafoto tripods. All will grab one of those Peak Designs camera capture plates. They're standard plates, which is what I use. This all started out because I used those Peak Design camera captures. And I was always looking for one system that would grab everything. Now, there is really no safety stop on these heads, so it's not going to keep anything from sliding in or out if you're an idiot and don't tighten that down. But this is a nice little tiny package. It's not the lightest thing in the world, but for backpacking, this is a really nice versatile tripod to take. I will then also sometimes take one of these Joby 1K Gorilla Pods or 3K Gorilla Pods. I can't remember which one this is. I think it's a 3K. And then I just bought a $25 ball head on Amazon that goes right on there, screwed off their head, put this head on. It's designed for Arca Swiss plates. And same thing, I've just got one of those Peak Designs plates screwed into the bottom of the standard mount for a GoPro, and it'll grab there. So now I can do that. Or I can put this GoPro on the other tripod that I just had it on, or I can put it on this backpacker. And here's the part that I'm really most excited about recently. I took one of my REI Flash carbon trekking poles, and I just bought this little doodad from Amazon, just a little Arca Swiss grab plate that's just flat. I went out and I got a carriage bolt or a double-sided bolt from Home Depot, and now I can use my trekking pole as a selfie stick, or if I really want to, and I've done this a couple times, so far it works pretty well, it works as a tripod for the GoPro. So I don't know if you can kind of see, but that's holding that up. Here, hold on. So works just like that, works pretty great. And I'm excited because on the trail, I'll just be able to essentially keep my GoPro on there. If I need it to be more of a selfie style, then I can angle that down, and then boom, without having to pull out anything different, I can use this to do a lot of my on-trail camera filming. And it'll even grab the A6500, the bottom of the 6500. So if I really, in a pinch, wanted to, there we go. I could do this, and I've got my A6500 almost on kind of a counterbalance. I don't think I would, well, I don't know, that's pretty stout. That's pretty stout, I'm not gonna lie. Now, this is really soft, nice ground. I don't know that I would trust that in a real rocky terrain. But you get the idea. That's how I use the total system, so I don't have to constantly change things out. The one bummer is that you've got to have these little Peak Designs plates on the bottom of every camera thing that you do. So I've got one on the bottom of this, I've got one on the bottom of my Canon, I've got one on the bottom of my GoPro, and I've got them on the bottom of just about everything. And then you grab the Arca Swiss style ball heads, and off and running you go. That's how I carry and use all of my camera gear. I do typically bring this little wireless lav mic. It's a Tascam DR10L, tiny little thing. A lot of videographers for weddings will use these, and it's a great little off-camera lav mic that is a great way to capture your audio. I think they do a really good job with audio quality. And then I just put one of these little tiny dead cats on there to hopefully help with the wind. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. I know we had some wind today. So hopefully this was helpful for any of you out there that are kind of curious about how to more effectively move between cameras and tripods without having to constantly change things out, and be pretty active while out there on the trail without constantly having to screw with your camera stuff. So check out more videos here on Outdoors Podcast to come. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully this was helpful.